Hello everyone and welcome to Community Spotlight exclusively on RCN. Glad you could join us today. Allentown has always been known for its roots in agriculture. The Great Allentown Fair, one of the oldest continuous running fairs in the entire nation. And a big part of the Allentown Fair each year is the Allentown Fair Queen Contest. The winner not only gets the honor of representing the entire agricultural area here in the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania, but also goes on to compete for the Pennsylvania State Fair Queen Contest. We're very lucky to have with us the 2016 award winner. Juliet Long is joining us. She has been kind enough to bring along Cheryl Urmy, the coordinator of the Allentown Fair Queen Contest. Ladies, welcome to Community Spotlight.
Thank you.
And what an exciting time, because as we are sitting here talking, it's just been a few days since the big show in Harrisburg,
Yes.
the Pennsylvania State Fair Queen Contest. What a great honor to be representing the Lehigh Valley there, Julie.
It was a lot of fun. It was stressful at points, but representing such a great fair of Allentown it's an amazing opportunity.
I'll bet. And from what we talked about a little bit before the show, it sounds like it was truly enriching, like to be able to hear and learn and attend seminars, and really kind of a life preparation, a weekend for you, I would think.
It definitely was, and I felt that I grew a lot. My goals going into the pageant were to make my board proud, to make Cheryl proud, and to also come away with no regrets for how I performed.
Absolutely, and I know you have some designs on some other things you might want to enter as you go along after this weekend.
Yeah, I'm hoping to run for Miss Rodeo Pennsylvania at the end of the year.
Fantastic, and we'll talk about some of the equestrian abilities that you have here, which is a part of a very impressive resume.
Thank you.
Cheryl, welcome back to Community Spotlight.
Thank you very much.
And your team are primarily responsible for restoring the Allentown Fair Queen Contest several years ago, and really having it flourish here in a few short years.
Yes. Since it was reenacted in 2009, and since then we've had 8 fair queens, and we're very happy. They're all wonderful girls, and it's just a way of giving back to the community, learning, public speaking, agriculture, and just promoting tourism to our fair. So it's been a great program, and we're hoping that it'll continue for many, many more years, and we're always looking for new applicants.
Excellent. And before we talk to Juliet about her background and some of the qualities that makes her an excellent queen here for the Allentown area, what are some of the things that you look for contestants, some of the qualities that they should bring?
Well, they have to live in the Lehigh, Northampton, or Berks County, have to be 16 to 20. There's not much involved. You have to give an essay on why you should come to the Allentown Fair, and also you have an interview and a 3 to 5 minute speech on why you should come to the Allentown Fair. So it's not very hard. So we're just looking for a young woman who would like a $1,000 scholarship to higher education, and somebody who wants to promote agriculture and tourism and the fair and community to the Lehigh Valley.
Excellent.
So that's basically what we're looking for. You don't have to have a whole bunch of agricultural experience. It doesn't have to be somebody who lives on a farm. It just has to be someone who's interested in their community and wanting to promote this, the wonderful fair that we have and all the agricultural, backgrounds that we have.
Fantastic. And Julie, let me take you back to when you were the tender age of 18, a year ago, a freshman coming out of Grove City into a summer. Did you know right away that this was going to be on your radar screen?
No, my dad actually suggested it to me that it would be a good opportunity, since I am a communications major, to get myself out there and push myself beyond my comfort zone. But I've really enjoyed it so far, getting to know people, and my favorite part has been meeting people, getting to answer their questions. So.
This seems like a really good fit for who you are and your background. Tell us a little bit about some of the ingredients that really match up well with being the Allentown Fair Queen.
I would say that having a good sense of communication is something that you should be able to speak to people, not be timid, be warm and inviting, because we are having you do want to pull people in. The Lehigh Valley is such a diverse community that we have to pull people from the farming communities, but also from the Allentown city area. So you do want to be approachable to all types of people.
Excellent. And talk about all-inclusive. If you have a tie to the world of agriculture, it sounds like that's a key ingredient that a lot of folks have, either directly or indirectly.
Right. I mean, like I said, everybody doesn't have to live on a farm. You could be involved with your community as far as having your own garden, being a gardener in the backyard. It's just your love of agriculture and how you want to promote it and keep it going in the Lehigh Valley. So that's what we're promoting. It's just community, agriculture, and the fair. It's a simple recipe.
And Julie, as we take a look last summer, heading into August and getting close to the fair time, what were some of the things that you were kind of working on and kind of making sure that you were going to be ready for that big day to be crowned?
I practiced my speech a lot. Also, going into the interview, you're not really sure what the judges will ask you, and agriculture is such a big topic with many subtopics in it that I did my research and studied a lot of things for it.
Absolutely. And we're taking a look at some of the photographs from the Great Allentown Fair of 2016. I'm going to need help with this. I'm looking at your resume, very impressive. You have so many activities and very dedicated to the world of communications and reaching out to folks. And there's also this 4-H side which comes out that says that you're a state champion in several different events. Maybe you can take us through those. Yeah,
I've been involved with 4-H for 11 years. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't be who I am today without the 4-H program. All the leaders, all the opportunities that they have provided me have really shaped who I am. So 2014, I made it to states for the first time, and I've been trying for states several years with a lot of defeats, because it's definitely, you have more losses than you do wins, and I learned that very quickly, but you also learn to just keep persevering. So 4-H has definitely provided a lot for me, and 2014 I won barrel racing state champion, which was an amazing experience.
Sounds like it, and that's the only way to get better. As you said, you got to take your lumps early and then work your way up through the ranks. Well said. When we come back, I'm going to find out what cutback reserve is and Gymkhana. That sounds interesting as well. Stay with us here on Community Spotlight. And welcome back to Community Spotlight here on RCN. If you want to feel good about the future of youth in America, take a look at what's going on in Allentown. The Allentown Fair Queen contest really shows a great shining light on some of the talent and intelligence that is coming up through the pike here in the Lehigh Valley. We're very happy to have with us Cheryl Urmy, the coordinator of the Allentown Fair Queen contest, along with the 2016 Allentown Fair Queen, Julie Long. And Julie, I hope I'm not going to embarrass you, but you have a great resume here that I've only kind of scratched the surface on.
Thank you.
An honors student from Northwestern High School, currently on the Dean's List as a sophomore at Grove City College out by Erie, Pennsylvania, where you're majoring in communications. And we didn't even mention you're minoring in 2 subjects, international studies and Spanish.
Yes.
That seems to me like has international correspondent wrapped all around it. Is that one of your thoughts maybe for a future career after college?
Yes, my parents are not very happy about this, but what I really want to do is be like a war reporter. I feel that the men and women of this country and our armed services have sacrificed a lot, and I want to also be involved with that.
Excellent, excellent. And if there's ever a tight spot that you're in and there's a horse around, I have the utmost confidence that you'll be able to get out of there in a hurry.
It's true.
Part of your background, of course, is your masterful skills on horseback. Tell us about some of the awards that you have won in your 4-H experience in competition.
In 4-H, I won the 2014 Barrel Racing State Champion. Also that year, I won the State Reserve Cutback Champion. Now
wait a minute, Cutback Champion?
It's a new event in 4-H for the past 4 years or so. I believe it's been new. It's definitely different. It's hard to explain. But what a cutback is, or another term for it would be a rollback, is where the horse shifts their weight from their front end to their back end, and they roll around on their hind legs.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
That, I would imagine you can't just get on any old horse and have it do that.
No. My horse is a black and white American paint horse. She's absolutely stunning. She is, when we won, she was 15, which is old for a barrel racing horse to do. Mm-hmm. But she was a rescue. She is a great teammate. I really loved bonding with her.
Oh, I'll bet. Sounds terrific. And that's really important, I would think, in order to, you know, aspire higher with your competitive skills. You got to be one with the horse, I would think.
Yeah. The first year that I got her, she would not go past a trot, which for barrel racing, being a speed event, was a struggle. She would buck, and so we had to work through that. But
yeah. Well, sometimes you see that spirit, though, and you think there might be something here, huh?
It's about the heart, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then help me out with another term I saw. It made me think of gymnastics, but it really has nothing to do with it. Gymkhana, is it?
So gymkhana, the way that I like to explain it is that it's, so for horseback riding, for the horseback riding world, you have Western riding and English riding. So Gymkhana is under the Western. There's a couple divisions then under Western. But Gymkhana is all about the speed events. So if you've ever been to a rodeo, you have barrel racing. Other events would be pole bending, keyhole. So it's all those fast time events.
Interesting, very interesting, and what a great way to show your competitive spirit as well, and being involved with that. You've been an active member with the Lehigh County 4-H Equine Club, and you also enjoy reading and hiking, which there's some great hiking out there in New Tripoli, I would imagine.
Fabulous hiking.
Excellent. Getting back to the fair itself, Cheryl, there's another year coming up, and it starts early, it sounds like,
sure
with the
does.
Allentown Fair Queen Contest.
It sure does. We'll start now again in April for Julie's successor, and we usually send notices out to the schools, the local schools in Lehigh, Northampton, and Berks County, looking for contestants. Then from there we'll pick your deadline will be to enter probably July 1st. And then from there we'll go, and we have to have meetings and community service that we do. So it's a little bit of a process before we get there, but we're hoping that we get a lot of kids this year, a lot of young women to come out this year, because it is a wonderful experience for them to try. I mean, Julie can really vouch for me that it's been a wonderful year so far. It's not what you expect when you win. We always tell them it's going to be a year to remember, and they come back and say, yes, it was a year to remember. I don't want to give it up.
Absolutely.
But we have to. But so it's coming soon, and we're excited about it, and we're hoping to get as many contestants as we can this year, because it's a good opportunity to learn public speaking and get out there.
And what a busy year, I would imagine, as a sophomore in college, and you also have these commitments, I would think, that come with the crown.
I do, yeah, and my college is 5.5, 6 hours away, so it's a drive, but I am completely willing to do it. I love being the Allentown Fair Queen. I mean, it is basically like a job, but I've grown throughout this experience, and I've only been the Allentown Fair Queen for just a few months, but I am so excited for the next person to get the crown, just because I know that it will be a good opportunity for them.
Absolutely. Is there a place at Grove City for the tiara? Do you have it in a...
No.
You can't wear it around campus or to class or anything?
No, I think I'd get some strange looks. But
and at that point in life, blending in is not a bad thing, I would imagine.
Yeah.
As far as this year's event coming up, Cheryl, I would imagine you have commitments for Julie, and then also things that maybe just kind of pop up where somebody says, hey, we'd love to have you represent Allentown Fair at parades, perhaps? Is that some of what goes on?
We have some parades coming up with the St. Patty's Day Parade in Allentown.
Fantastic.
And Julie just got invited to speak at the International Association of County Fairs zone meeting, which is in March, which is nice. That's really an honor to do. We're hosting it here at the Allentown Fairgrounds in March. So that'll be a nice experience for her to meet not just our fair in Pennsylvania, but they go all the way up to Prince George's County in
my.
Montreal, I think.
Wow.
That way.
Fantastic.
So we're excited about that. And then from there we have, oh gosh, what else? We have schools. And of course fair season starts probably in June, and we'll visit as many county fairs as we can, because we always like to promote agriculture and our fair to other fairs, so that they'll come out and see us, and we'd like you to come and promote community. You know, it's a whole big family.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet that
basically
strengthens
is.
all
Yeah.
the county fairs that go on in Pennsylvania and
Right.
ones outside.
Right.
And before we take another break, Julie, I was just wondering, this does not seem like what we kind of know over the years as pageants.
No.
This seems like it's a little more together and a little more friendly, for one thing.
It is. I would say that this contest is more about wit and poise than it is about beauty. So as long as you can present yourself well, you will be fine.
Excellent, excellent. Right. And you know, that can only help to get even more contestants
exactly.
ready to
We want them to know that
try.
you're not judged on your looks, you're judged on what you have to say, you know, how you can communicate with people, and just a person that you are.
Absolutely.
We've
Cheryl.
all had beautiful, they have all been beautiful, all our queens, but they're also very, very nice girls. I mean, you would want to be friends with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it seems like the contestants, when they gather to compete, end up being friends at the end of it all.
They
It's
do.
a fantastic experience.
And we're hoping to have 3 more girls come back that competed last year will come back this year.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the big event this year. In 2017, our 2016 Allentown Fair Queen had the honor of competing and representing the Lehigh Valley at the Pennsylvania State Fair Queen Contest. We'll take a look at some of the pictures and talk about that right after this on Community Spotlight. And welcome back to Community Spotlight. Last month in Hershey, Pennsylvania, Allentown Fair's Queen got to represent the Lehigh Valley at the Pennsylvania State Fair Queen Contest. Julie Long is here with us, along with Cheryl Urmy, the coordinator of the Allentown Fair Queen Contest. And Hershey Lodge, what a great place for this event. Julie, if you don't mind, take us through it a little bit. 3 days of competition. That's a challenge, I would imagine, for anybody competing for the state championship, so to speak.
It is. It's very intense. So it starts off on Thursday. We have an orientation meeting, but then right after we do introductions. And intros are only supposed to be 15 seconds, which sounds easy, but we're doing it in front of almost 1,000 people.
Oh my.
So you can immediately forget what you're about to say. But but I love public speaking, and I love speaking in front of people. So I was nervous, though. There's no doubt about that.
Who wouldn't be?
Exactly. Friday, I had my interview, and being contestant number 2, my interview was at 7 a.m., but they want you there early, so I got up at 4:45, but it's okay.
Wow. My goodness.
And then we do have seminars. So we did women's empowerment and how to dress for success, and then we also go through speeches. So out of all of the 60 girls, we did speeches. I was at like about 2:30 in the afternoon, so I didn't have to get up too early that day.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and then for the coronation, the top 5 have to answer an impromptu question, also in front of 1,000 people.
My goodness! Wow. Yes, that's unnerving for anybody.
Yes.
Live, and ensure there are cameras in the audience as well. And scholarship is a big part of this. There was a scholarship available, I would imagine, as you were crowned Allentown Fair Queen. And Cheryl, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the community support with that.
Our scholarship is provided by the Lehigh County, Lehigh, Northampton, Pomona Grange, and they sponsor a chicken barbecue every year, and they raise money for our Fair Queen Scholarship.
Nice.
It's going to be this year, May 20th, at the Schnecksville Grange. Boy, say that, Schnecksville Grange. And it's a way for them to raise money to give back to our girls. They do it every year without a question asked, which is a wonderful thing to do. $1,000 is a lot of money to raise selling chicken. So they do a pretty good job at that. So so we love them for that. And also we like to thank we have our Fair Queen program has a billboard, the electronic billboard that we get from Adams Advertising.
Great.
And believe it or not, that helps bring people into the fair. So many people came up to Julie, hey, I saw you on your billboard, and congratulations.
Nice.
So we'd like to thank them also. They do that also every year for us. And it's just wonderful how the community comes together and supports our program.
Oh, absolutely.
Which we really appreciate. And also RCN for letting us have this segment on for our show.
Oh, we're
so
very happy to do it.
yes, it really gets the word out for us and helps us out to promote our scholarship, which is $1,000.
Excellent. We're showing the contact information if you would like to be involved, or maybe you know a young lady who would be a great candidate to compete for the Great Allentown Fair Queen Contest. That happens every year at the fair, and now is the time to start thinking about that because,
Right.
As you mentioned, Cheryl,
Right.
April is really
April
when
is when
things
I will start. I will start my sending out my little letters and hopefully looking for contestants.
Excellent.
And like I said, you don't have to be 16 to 20, living in Lehigh, Northampton, Berks County, and your love of the fair. We'll work around everything that goes with it, but really just your little love of agriculture, fair, community, public speaking. You don't have to love it either, but but it's part of the program. But it just empowers leadership for young
Yeah.
women, which is a great program.
Excellent, excellent. And I needed to ask you, there is seminars and stuff for coordinators from the local
Yeah.
areas to
Yes, and we also went out, we go to a seminar about how you can improve your program and problems that happen when you have a contest and things you incur, how to bring more contestants in, which is hard, believe it or not. You would think you would have them flocking at the doors, but you don't. County fairs do have a problem getting contestants for their program.
You can't enter the contest through the screen and then compete through the screen.
Right.
You got to make a personal appearance.
Right,
So-
exactly.
Yeah, so that's probably what's going on in
Right.
today's technologically
Everybody does-
sophisticated world.
right.
Yeah.
The girls that come out, they want to be involved in their community and they want to put forth, their forward in the community, which is nice.
Well, congratulations to you both on representing the Lehigh Valley at the State Fair Queen Contest. An excellent job by both Cheryl Urmy, the coordinator of Allentown Fair Queen Contest, and the 2016 Fair Queen, Juliet Long. And thanks for coming on the show, too, Juliet. I know you drove like 5 hours last night to get back to the Valley. Have to make up the classes today, but thank you so much and for being a great representative.
Thank you for having me.
Sure
Thank
thing.
you,
And
too.
thank you for watching our show, Community Spotlight, here on RCN. I'm Dan Mowdy. Good night, everybody.